Hi everyone, happy to be here with you. Happy moon cycle again. I'm so excited to be doing this healing meditation with you today. And today we're going to be looking at and focusing on turning your weakness into a strength. When I channeled this topic, I was thinking, oh my God, how are we going to do all of this in a short session like this? Where is it that I'm going to even go with this topic? But I just felt so deeply that this is the topic that's very, very much needed for today. The topic that's very much needed for society and exactly where it is that we're finding ourselves at the moment. So I wish that you were live here with me, and thank you also to everyone else here who came, who's here with me as well. We're going to have such an amazing, wonderful workshop. I really look forward to it. And I'm here in Ubud, where we're teaching live. And just for those of you who's jumping on just now, we're going to be looking at how to turn your weakness into a strength. So as most of you know, I love to do my moon cycle. So for example, we're doing the full moon and the new moon. We normally look at how does this influence our body? How does the earth element influence our emotional state? How does the earth element also influence the development of our psychology, our the ways that our genes are being expressed as well? Because not only does our environment, emotional stress that we experience deeply affect us, environmental stress also affects us, and that includes elements from the earth as well. So what we're going to be diving into here today is we will be looking at, there was a moment in your life where you did feel confident. There was a moment in your life where things were going well. There was a moment in your life where you didn't really have a lot of fears. You didn't really perceive any weaknesses within you. You see, limitations normally come due to human feedback and contact. It's very rare that if you did, for example, do something and there was no feedback around you, and you didn't have any trauma or negative prior feedback, you probably would have had a completely different experience. The way that the body responded to that stress would have been very different as well. However, in today's society, it is very much connected to judgment and feedback, and this feedback comes from people that we emotionally normally have connections with. It comes from circumstances that we have a certain emotional investment in. And when I say investment, of course, to either have our needs met, to love, be loved, perhaps there's a different type of dynamic or friendship that's there involved. The list can be endless. But at the end of the day, what we're looking at here is there's a certain emotional attachment or connection that we had to someone's reaction or perhaps an outcome to something that we were not able to fully fulfill that. And that lack of fulfillment of that created the disappointment. And your ability, or at least feeling that you didn't have the ability to meet a certain goal or to meet a certain relationship expectation, to show up in a certain way that you thought you wanted to or could have, that disappointment is what creates the stress. It is also because of prior stress that we have associated with our self-esteem. And at the end of the day, our self-esteem is a reflection of how we were treated in the past. And if your past dynamics were not healthy, it's going to reflect in your relationship with yourself. It's going to reflect in the way that you show up in your life on a day-to-day basis. It's going to show up in relationship to you and how you interact with people and how you even interact with your goals and with your dreams and whatever it is that you choose to do and that you want to do. And I want to ask you this question. Whatever weakness it is that you're feeling that you have, whatever that weakness is, would that weakness have been there if you didn't have negative feedback from someone? If there was no human interaction or presence, would you still have had that weakness? Meaning, the reason why we have a perceived weakness is because of judgment. And the reason why we judge ourselves is because we compare ourselves to others. We think we should do things a certain way. We think we have to rise up to a certain level. People in our environment tend to set a certain standard. But often these standards are so diverse and so different, and because we are so diverse and so different, we can't always meet these standards in the way that we thought we could or in the way that we wanted to. And that perceived failure is what creates the disappointment. That is what creates the perceived weakness that you have. Sometimes we have this, an outlook on something that we would like to have happen a certain way, but then it doesn't. And then you are left with the aftermath of that. And so what I would love to do with you right now is we're going to dive deep straight into this, because this healing vibes of this moon is going to help us to do exactly that. We're going to shift these perceived weaknesses so that strength, that perceived strength that you felt you might have lost, can start to come back. We can start to call it back into our lives and into our paths, and remanifest that back into our goals and into wherever it is that we want to choose to be in our lives. So I invite you now to take a nice deep breath with me. And as you do, I invite you now to go to that place where you feel that inadequacy, where you maybe feel that weakness. Connect to it. Let it be there. Now, you might have many, so I invite you to connect to the one that you feel is perhaps now your biggest pain point right now, one that you are most aware of right now. And once you have awareness of that, I invite you now to connect to the physical body. Feel the surface beneath you. Feel your breath inhaling and exhaling. Become aware of your heartbeat. And as you're just feeling your sense of self within you, shifting your consciousness more and more and more and more to your body. Just becoming quiet within yourself and just focusing on, is there anything in your environment that you can hear or that you are aware of? And just focus on that. And then focus on the next thing that you can sense or hear that is around you. And then perhaps the next thing. Really allowing yourself to come into the body, connecting to your senses. And now, I invite you to feel where in your body do you perhaps feel the presence, tension, or stress inside of your body. Where do you feel it? Or maybe just your awareness just feels drawn to a certain area in your body right now. Allow your awareness to just spontaneously shift there. Let go of needing to control, thinking where it should be or need to be. And now, I invite you to hear, feel, see, or sense a beautiful ball of light above your head. And that ball of light represents your awareness. It represents your higher consciousness, which is untainted by the ego, hormones, or the body. And allowing that now to drop down, 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 into your body, where you feel perhaps or sense that emotional discomfort. And as you do, I invite you to give it a voice. Let it speak. Sometimes we think we know what the problem is. Sometimes we assume we know what it is. But that's because we intellectualize it. The body is not meant to be intellectualized. The body is meant to be felt. You were born and designed to feel emotions. It's part of your purpose, it's part of your path. And allowing these emotions now to speak to you through an image, a message, a voice. I invite you to observe, perhaps, do you see someone's face or voice that you know, that you recognize? If you don't, then that's okay. Just be with whatever it is that's coming up right now. And now, I invite you to observe that part of you that you just explored. To know and understand that this is a part and an aspect. Maybe it's part of an experience. But it's something which is now in the past. It's no longer real. Even as you're looking at the clock right now, every minute that passes by, that minute is now in the past. It's no longer real in our perceived reality. Yet the emotional experience, the emotional imprint that it left, continues to perhaps make you feel that it's still there. But it's not. Allowing now beautiful light to flow from your head, down your body, out your feet, with this awareness in the back of your mind. Letting go of everything that we just discussed. Feeling how that beautiful light is just flowing through every single cell in your body. Receiving the healing and receiving the release that needs to take place right now. Feeling the power of conscious awareness. And knowing and understanding that if you are really, truly, fully present in your life in the here and now, then the past can no longer harm you or upset you or influence you. I invite you to allow that beautiful light to flow now from your head, down your body, into the area where you feel that old stress from the past. and telling your body right now, you can say this silently to yourself, the past is no longer real. I invite you to acknowledge your greatness, acknowledge the resources that you have learned and acclaimed throughout your life, how these experiences shaped you, and what you've taken away from that. Preserving the positive learnings from this and releasing everything else that no longer matters to the past, which is no longer real. And also just acknowledging the difference between your identity and this face or voice or message that you observe today in that area where you felt perhaps that discomfort. Letting go of identifying or associating yourself consciously or subconsciously with that. Just taking a nice deep breath and allowing that beautiful healing light now to continue to flow through your body and through that area where you feel that old stress, resolving and dissolving that old stress. Be playful with your imagination, feeling how that old stress is just releasing right now. And now, we're going to be breathing into the alpha brainwave state. We'll be breathing in the mouth and out the nose 13 times. And I invite you to breathe into that area where you feel that old discomfort. And you're going to exhale out from that area, out of your nose. I'm going to take nice deep breaths in the mouth out the nose, in the mouth, 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 out the nose. Pick up the pace, in the mouth, out the nose, in the mouth, out the nose, in the mouth, and hold your breath. Hold it as long as you can. Feeling how you're just dropping into that stillness and that balance and silence. Just taking a nice deep breath. And all that you have to do is listen to my voice. I call my power back from the past. I call my power back from people who made me feel weak. I call my power back from people who made me doubt myself. I call my power back from feeling unresourceful. Who I am is limitless. Who I am is free. And I am who I am wherever I am. Just taking another nice deep breath. And now, I invite you once again to feel that beautiful light flowing from your head, down your body, out your face. Allowing that beautiful light to flow from your feet into the earth, anchoring you. Grounding you. Nurturing you. Knowing and understanding that your body was designed to walk this planet, to live this life. That you have all the resources that you could possibly need to make a success of this. And that life is a decision away. Because in order for that life to unfold for you, you need to believe in it. And that is how you call it forward. So allowing yourself now to feel the surface beneath your body. Feeling your breath and your heartbeat. Following my voice back into the room, back into the here and now. When you're ready, you can give yourself a nice big stretch. You can roll on your side, left or right. Left side is feminine, right side is masculine. Just see which side you're finding yourself right now, and you can roll over to that side and slowly start to come up. And welcome back. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, be the light that you are. Bye, everyone.